Hello, cake class. So here we are in my kitchen. It is 7:30 a.m. and cake class is tonight, and I am not prepared yet, but that's okay. We're gonna make the cakes now. I know that I told you that I usually make all of them together, but this one's gonna be an experiment because I went to Aldi. I bought my cheap box of cake mix to make my doctored cake. And then I went over to get the eggs, and they were $5.50 a dozen. $5.50 a dozen. So I couldn't do it. I put them back just on principle. Can't do it. And I remember that I have substituted egg before with applesauce. And I knew I had some applesauce at home, but then I did a little search real quick, and it said you can also substitute egg with vinegar and baking soda. What? Let's see what happens. It says it's not going to be as sweet as the eggs make cake. Do eggs make your cake sweeter? That's what this article said. Well, blog said. So I thought, how about this recipe calls for 1 1/4 cup of water. So since it said that it's going to cut the sweetness, I thought part of my water can be this wedding cake flavored creamer that I have. So I'm just going to measure half water, half creamer. The egg substitute is, this box is a white cake mix, and it calls for 5 egg whites. Well, I remember from other boxes that the equivalent of that is 3 whole eggs, which is what I would have done anyways. Unless I already had egg whites to make like a Swiss meringue buttercream, I usually just put whole eggs into my white cake mix. Don't worry about it. And I know a lot of people are afraid to play around with recipes because you only get one chance to make this right? But also because baking is such a science that it's scary to experiment. However, sometimes you just gotta go for it. Okay, the other thing I usually do with cake mixes is, in place of the oil that it calls for, I melt butter. It's equivalent. Like, it called for a 1/2 cup of oil, I think, right? Yeah, it called for a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. I'm gonna microwave a 1/2 cup of butter. Melt, 1, start. Okay. The next thing I need to do is measure this, how much water, 1 1/4 cup of water. Now, what this recipe didn't tell me is when to add the baking soda and vinegar, so I'm just gonna put it all in at the same time and hope for the best. 1 1/4. Okay, I have a smaller measuring cup. So I'm gonna do 3/4 of this and 3/4 water. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. In goes the mix. Here's my melted butter. I want to get everything ready before I add all this to the dry. So it says we need, oh, this is the perfect measuring for this because it has 1 on each side. Okay. I'm going to put it in a separate thing. So we're gonna need 3 tablespoons. It said for each egg, you're gonna add 1 tablespoon of baking soda and 1 tablespoon of vinegar. And something about that chemical reaction is going to substitute the egg. You know what? I'm gonna switch measuring cups. Okay, you go in here. You're gonna be the 1 1/4. Oh, these starlings are back on my songbird feeder. I need to put bird food out front. I have this really cool suet feeder just right outside my window here. So when I do the dishes, I can't watch the birds come. And we have a chickadee and a downy woodpecker. I just love seeing them there. Okay, so 1 tablespoon of that. And, well, let's just go ahead and do all 3 together. I was gonna do 1 and 1, 1 and 1. That seems silly to me. 1, 2, 3. And then I could prop this up and get it in camera. Let me grab a spoon. And 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs. Can you hear it sizzling? That's cool. Ooh, chemistry. Okay, so oil substitute, egg substitute, water substitute. Let's mix this. Yes, I did just drop my phone into the mix. Everything's fine. I don't know how I'm supposed to work in these conditions without a camera crew and now the butter. Oh, that looks luscious. Beautiful. Okay, so I mixed it all up and then I turned it on to like number 2 or 3 and I let it go for 2 minutes. I set a 2-minute timer while I grease the cake pans. Now this might be a problem because I guess I'm out of shortening and I did not follow my own rules, but I used a spray and then floured it. So my pans look a mess. So we'll see how that comes off. I'll probably just, I don't know, cut it off. Let's try it. Okay, it's not that great. It's not, it is not. I can taste the baking soda for sure. Okay. Oh yeah, I can taste the vinegar as well. Okay. The batter looks delightful. This is gorgeous. Just globbed it on the counter. So each 6-inch gets like what, 2 1/4 cup or something. So this one box is making 3. I'm dividing it between 3 6-inches. A little more for you, a little more for you, and the rest for you. Okay, done with that. Yeah, the batter is like kind of bitter. Okay, I'm just slamming these cake pans down. I'm not slamming them, I'm dropping them. It just sounds like it because you're right here. So that they completely go to the sides and everything. It'll bring up the air pockets, evenly distribute it. Okay, this one definitely has a little less in it. Let's add some, just a touch of that to this one. I want them to kind of be even. I'm actually gonna end up making, oh, there's my woodpecker. Hello, friend. Okay, I'm gonna make 1 single one for my mom and then a 2-layer one for my friend Beth, who's going to help me write this book. Okay, so 3 6-inch is just perfect for me today. Man, yeah, that's weird. That is weird. Maybe Oh my gosh, that starling just made my woodpecker leave. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to go put birdseed out. My oven is preheated to 350. How long is it gonna take? 2 8-inch round layers are gonna take 29 minutes. I'll check these at 25. See you then. Okay, wow, these actually smell so good. It's been 25 minutes. Oh, they are burnt. What is happening? Hey.
Get out of the way, kitty cat.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, it's definitely done because it's pulled away from the sides. Get those on the cooling rack. Ew. I don't like how they sunk like that. Wow, this is an ugly cake. Interesting. Okay, you know what? Maybe they just look like this because they're not done yet. Because parts that are done, when you press down on the cake, it springs back up. So I don't know if it's just because I, experimented with this recipe or it's not done yet. I want to say it is done because it pulled away from the sides, but I'm really not sure. I'm putting it back in the oven. Actually, never mind. I'm not putting it back in the oven. I just stuck a toothpick in it and it came out clean. So it is done. It's just gnarly. I'm going to press it down. Yes. I am going to do that. I'm going to set this 10-minute timer and then flip them out and show you what they look like then. Okay. I don't have a good feeling about this. I turned one out already. Okay, so this is the mess I'm left with because I used that spray and flour. Try to scrape some of that off. Oh my gosh, it's so crumbly. It's like just falling apart. This is horrible. How am I supposed to decorate this for class tonight? Look at that. It's just crumbling apart. Oh man. Well, okay. I'm going to wrap them and freeze them. Hopefully, they'll be frozen enough to keep it from falling apart so that I can get through this class. But look at that. It's just crumbling. Oh, this is a disaster. Okay, what time is it? 8:30. I have the senior crafts today. I don't think I have time to bake more cakes. It's just going to have to work. I don't know. Ugh. Let me taste it. Oh yeah, that's not great. That's not good at all. Don't do this. Don't make this recipe. Forget that. Oh God, that's so bad. It just keeps getting worse. Oh man. Okay, it's 8:30. I have to be there at 10. The cake's gonna take 25 minutes. 9. I still need to shower. 9:30. Okay, I think I should have time to try to make this next box that I got with applesauce. Maybe, possibly. Can I? Okay, so this is just a mess. I was editing the video and I saw that I was supposed to use a half a cup of butter and I only used a half a stick, which is a 1/4 cup of butter. I also saw in my editing video while I was, half asleep baking these that I used 1.5 cups of liquid instead of 1.25 cup liquid. Who knows what else I did wrong, but these are a mess. I'm still going to try to wrap and freeze them. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so they are plastic wrapped, each one individually, and then I did the whole thing in aluminum foil. I'm going to stick it in the freezer. I honestly don't know if I'm going to be able to decorate them. Definitely not going to be able to give these away. Luckily, it's not for a birthday. It's not for a client. It is just a demo in cake class. So hopefully the being frozen, it'll hold it together and then we don't have to eat it and it'll have served its purpose. So wish me luck.